Welcome back to the Reidel Law Firm YouTube and Odyssey channel. Today I want to chat about why franchise brokers should recommend legal reviews. So if you know me and you're in franchising, you probably know I work with franchise brokers, right? Or at least I work with their clients. They refer them to me. And I always encourage franchise brokers to have their clients have a legal review, right? Why is this important for the brokers? Well, from a broker's perspective, it's going to help CYA, right? Cover your ass. It is going to help make sure that your clients understand the obligations they're signing up for. And why is that important for you as a broker? Who cares if they know it? If they don't know what they're signing and they get caught with their pants down, 6 months, a year later from the franchise agreement they signed, even if everything that they're doing and that the franchise requires is legitimate and normal for the industry, your franchisee client could be very upset, or your candidate, maybe not client, but candidate. They're going to be very upset. And very upset people do irrational things, right? They could be leaving bad reviews, complaining about you, stirring up issues. They very well, at the most extreme example, sue you, right, for maybe misrepresentation. If you're making certain promises to that franchise candidate about returns or earnings and stuff like that's not in the FPR, in the item 19, you very well could be liable. You are a franchise seller as a franchise broker. So are you careful about what you're saying? Are you double checking what's in the FPR and item 19? These are important things. Now, pretty soon, you as a franchise broker, you're going to have a disclosure statement. Very, very likely. The FTC is working on that. We don't know what it looks like yet or what exactly it will be required to disclose. But very soon, you as a franchise broker will probably need and be required to issue a disclosure document, disclosure statement to your franchisee candidates. So, yeah, you're gonna need legal help, right? And your clients will, your candidates will. So I recommend that legal review. That's one, is to protect CYA, right, for you as a broker. Second is that with a good legal review, your franchisee candidates will be very educated, and ideally they will be counseled and trained on things to look for in the franchise agreement from the legal review that takes certain matters out of your hands, right? If your franchisee candidate is expecting you as a franchise broker to help them negotiate, maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's not recommended, certainly. But if they're expecting that without a legal review, you're kind of in a bind there, right? How far can you go? How much can you assist the franchisee candidate? It's kind of it's not a legal gray area. You could certainly do that. But I think within the industry and the business, there are some ethics challenges with that, or, just practically, how do you negotiate for your franchisee candidate with a franchisor, right? That is going to pay you. Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't know, and I'm not in that hot seat, so I don't have to answer that. But it's questions like that that I think come up, that having a legal review for your client helps. Now, what we do in our legal reviews is we explain the obligations to the client, to the franchisee client, and we talk to them about their risk, right? What may be risky, what may not be, what their risk tolerance is, what concerns them, right? We don't tell them, you have to change X, Y, and Z. You tell them, what are you worried about? Tell me what concerns you, and we'll talk about ways to address that risk, right? Whether it's in the franchise agreement or not. So, so that's, so it takes some of that concern, that expectations out of your hands, I think, right? So what we do in our review too is that we help counsel the franchisee client on how to negotiate, right? How to reach a successful conclusion with the franchisor. And if we're counseling them through that and we're assisting them on the back end, that's probably one less thing you have to worry about, one less concern or potential ethics issue that's on your shoulders. I think that's a benefit to franchise brokers and working with candidates. Lastly, I think that having a franchisee candidate work with an attorney or having a legal review, I think it lowers risk. I think it lowers risk to the franchisee candidate of failure. Now, I don't know. I haven't quantified what percentage it lowers it. I don't know, but I think it lowers it some percent, maybe 10, I don't know, 10%, something. And frankly, it's because of the education component. It's not often that I have franchisee candidates who, or clients who who go through our FDD review and then decide not to pursue the opportunity. It's not often that happens, but when it does, they save themselves from significant financial catastrophe, right? They recognize that this opportunity, this franchise system is not a fit for them, whether that's financially or lifestyle-wise, or personality-wise. They don't like being told what to do. I certainly don't. I would not be a good franchisee. But whatever reason has come up that they've identified that this is not the fit for them, it's a good thing, I think. I know, and obviously, being a broker, it's lost maybe revenue, right? But ultimately, you're doing the right thing for your candidate. And from my perspective, from our franchisee clients, we are protecting them from significant financial catastrophe in the near future because we've identified something that doesn't make it a fit for them, right? Like I said, it does not happen often, but when it does, it's a good thing, right? We're all kind of bummed that it didn't work out, obviously, but man, we just saved an investor, an owner, maybe even a family of that owner of a franchise unit from losing everything. I mean, imagine that. They join a system, invest $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, and it's not the right fit. Doesn't make it. I don't know. Whatever happens. And they lose it all. It's huge. It's crushing. Catastrophic. So we've avoided that. That's a good outcome. Doesn't always, it doesn't always mean that they're not going to potentially face risks or failure or something, but anything we can do to lower that risk, I think, is a good thing. So that's my final, bullet point, I think, on why franchise brokers should recommend legal reviews for their franchisee candidates. If you are a franchise broker and you need that, if you have franchisee candidates who are not educated about what they're signing, we can help you. And we can help your candidates. We have a flat fee FDD review. We do them regularly. We do them fast, and we do them reliably. We educate our clients. We counsel them through negotiations. We help them focus on what's important to them and the risk. And a lot of that is automated, so we do it very quickly and very efficiently. Reach out. We could be a very, very helpful partner, I think, for you as a franchise broker. So reach out. We'd love to work with you and give you a demo of our reviews and how we work with your clients and candidates. And and in the near future, when you need some disclosure documents, give us a call. We're going to be doing those too. So we already work with quite a few brokers very closely. So we're going to be on the forefront of that, helping the new disclosure documents for brokers now that the FTC is going to require soon. So give us a ring. We'd love to chat with you, work with you, and educate you and your team and your candidates on what they're signing and making sure that's the right fit. So we'll talk to you then.